Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of 10 Dead Comedians by Fred Van Lente. Performed by J.D. Jackson. Chapter 1. 1. A bleep, a boop, a shudder, a swoosh, and there it was, on each of their phones. Hey there, funny person. Steve Gordon didn't see it at first. He had a good excuse, though. He was dying. Steve had died before, of course. He knew how. At the Laugh Shack in Portland, Maine, in front of that bachelorette party. At that open mic in Des Moines, when he was first starting out. At his SNL audition after his career was basically already over. Dying on stage in the middle of a set was something every stand-up experienced. It was as inevitable and unavoidable as bad weather. The pros distinguished themselves from the wannabes by not buckling under the weight of the dead room, of the surly crowd, of their own hopefully temporary suckitude. But tonight felt different. Tonight, Steve felt like he was running out of lives. Hey, thanks everybody for that great welcome. Are you ready to be the best finance department we can be? Bifocals, bad ties, and pantsuits peered at him from the audience of the Chicago Improv Underground. The theater used to be a strip club and still retained the vague air of being somewhat ashamed of itself, with its low ceiling and bad lighting and support beams blocking sight lines from a third of the seats. Like every other performer, Steve had to memorize the location of the ancient lump of blue putty covering the hole in the floor where the stripper pole had been sawed off to avoid tripping or stubbing his toe on it. The tumble-down surroundings were part of the act. They helped draw herds of accountants from the whatever company out of the glass tomb of their conference room, down the concrete staircase beneath the Aldi supermarket, for this quarter's team-building seminar. This ritualized descent into the underworld was all part of the initiation process. The staircase was flanked by black and white photos of the famous before they were famous, fresh-faced and poor, honing their skills on the underground stage before their careers began to flourish on Saturday Night Live, Mad TV, and The Daily Show. By the time the audience arrived in the Black Box Theater and took their broken-down seats, they understood they were ensconced in the loam of celebrity. The Improv Underground was the rich, dark soil from which impossible dreams were raised. Or in Steve's case, the pure earth to which he had returned. In the stairwells before pictures, the audience had seen him 20 years younger. Now, as Steve faced them, one eye on the floor to avoid the ex-stripper pole bump, they were looking at the after. All right, folks. For our first team-building exercise, I'm going to hunt you for sport. So, if you could all line up against the far wall and get your panda costumes. What? No? Come on, being hunted builds character. Man is the most dangerous game. No, you can tell I'm joshing. Tonight, we're going to have fun improvising sketches just like we used to do on What Just Happened. Teddy, could you come up here on stage? Teddy is the manager of Improv Underground. He's a professional funny man like me, which means he's also an amateur degenerate. So we'll make up a comedy scene right here in front of you. Now, somebody give me a place. Any place. Doesn't matter where. No wrong answers here. The one word you can't use in improv is no. Auschwitz! Blurted out a middle-aged CPA in the back row. Steve blinked. Oh, okay. Auschwitz, sure. Now, can somebody give me a profession? Rodeo clown, yelled the executive senior vice president of something in the front. Steve swallowed. No, he said. You said that was the one thing you couldn't say, the ESVPOS exclaimed.